Welcome to List Lab, where we explore the mysteries of the past and the wonders of the unknown. Today, we're diving into one of the most enduring mysteries of all time, Atlantis. The name alone conjures visions of a lost civilization, advanced beyond its time, swallowed by the sea. Was it real? Or just a myth? Over the centuries, countless theories have surfaced, some plausible, others fantastical. Today, we're counting down the top 10 theories about Atlantis. Let's get started. Number 10. The mystery of Doggerland. A now submerged landmass that once connected Britain to mainland Europe is often called Europe's Atlantis. This vast area was home to ancient communities before it was swallowed by rising sea levels at the end of the Ice Age. Archaeological finds from the seabed suggest a rich history, leading some to believe it inspired the Atlantis legend. Could this lost land bridge hold the key to one of history's greatest mysteries? Doggerland is thought to have been a lush and fertile region, rich in resources that supported numerous prehistoric communities. Experts have found tools, bones, and even evidence of settlements, indicating that this was once a vibrant area. Its sudden submersion at the end of the last ice age, due to the melting of massive glaciers, adds a dramatic touch to its history. Some even speculate that the sudden disappearance of Doggerland might have fueled the myths and legends that eventually evolved into the story of Atlantis. Imagining an entire landscape, home to countless people, suddenly being wiped out by the sea is both tragic and fascinating. Was Doggerland the prototype for Atlantis in the ancient subconscious? Number 9. The Secrets of Sardinia, a Mediterranean island steeped in ancient history. Researchers point to the island's unusual topography and megalithic structures as evidence that it might be the true Atlantis. Legends of catastrophic floods and a once thriving civilization align closely with Plato's accounts. But critics argue that while Sardinia is fascinating, it doesn't quite match the grandeur of Atlantis as described. Still, the theory persists. The island of Sardinia is filled with massive stone structures, known as nuraghe, which some believe could have been part of a sophisticated society that once rivaled Atlantis. These ancient towers, which date back to the Bronze Age, are mysterious in their origin and purpose. Historians are still trying to determine whether they were defensive structures, places of worship, or something else entirely. Sardinia's geographical position and its history of catastrophic flooding align closely with Plato's descriptions of a civilization lost to water. The people of Sardinia have passed down tales of a great flood that wiped out an advanced society, stories that bear striking resemblance to the Atlantis legend. Is it possible that these accounts are rooted in actual historical events, passed down through generations? Number 8. The Lost City of Helike, an ancient Greek city that vanished beneath the waves in 373 BCE. Known as the real Atlantis to some historians, Helike was lost to an earthquake and tsunami. Archaeological discoveries in the Gulf of Corinth have uncovered streets and artifacts, mirroring Atlantis's tragic fate. Though smaller in scale, Helike gives us a glimpse into how civilizations can be lost overnight. Helike was a bustling city that played a significant role in ancient Greek culture. It had its own coinage and was a respected member of the Achaean League. One fateful winter night, however, an earthquake followed by a massive tsunami swallowed Helike whole, leaving it lost to history for over 2 millennia. The story of Helike serves as a powerful reminder of how fragile human civilizations can be when faced with the forces of nature. When explorers finally discovered the remains of Helike in the 1990s, they found pottery, roads, and other remnants of a life that was suddenly interrupted. The parallels with Atlantis are obvious: a thriving city, a natural catastrophe, and a sudden end. Could Helike have inspired the legend of Atlantis, reminding us how precarious our existence truly is? Number 7. The Celtic Shelf, Conundrum, a submerged area off the coast of Europe. This theory suggests that rising sea levels drowned an advanced civilization that once thrived here. Supporters highlight the region's proximity to the Atlantic, matching Plato's descriptions. But like many theories, lack of concrete evidence keeps it in the realm of speculation. The Celtic Shelf lies under the waters of the North Atlantic and was above sea level during the last ice age. It's believed that prehistoric people may have lived in this area before it was gradually inundated by rising sea levels. The Celtic Shelf covers a huge area, and if an advanced civilization had indeed been thriving there, it would have occupied an enviable position close to major waterways. This idea is particularly intriguing because Plato himself described Atlantis as existing beyond the Pillars of Hercules, a term often used to refer to the Strait of Gibraltar. The submergence of the Celtic Shelf could have easily been the event that birthed tales of a lost and sunken land. But without direct evidence, this remains a tantalizing but elusive possibility. Number 6. Antarctica's frozen mystery. Could the southernmost continent be Atlantis? This theory hinges on Charles Hapgood's controversial idea of shifting crusts. According to Hapgood, Antarctica wasn't always frozen, but may have been home to a thriving civilization thousands of years ago. If true, it would rewrite our understanding of history. But until the ice gives up its secrets, we're left with tantalizing possibilities. Hapgood's theory suggests that the Earth's crust shifted dramatically around 12,000 years ago, repositioning entire continents and causing massive geological upheaval. This shift, according to Hapgood, could have moved Antarctica from a temperate climate to its current frigid location. If such a shift took place, it's possible that a civilization once existed on what is now a frozen wasteland. Some believe that if the ice were to melt, we might uncover cities, pyramids, or other evidence of an advanced society that once flourished in a temperate Antarctica. The difficulty of exploration, coupled with the extreme conditions, makes this theory particularly difficult to prove or disprove. However, images from space have occasionally shown unusual formations beneath the ice that add fuel to this speculative fire. Was Antarctica once Atlantis, hidden now beneath miles of ice? Number 5. The Eye of the Sahara. The Richat structure. Located in Mauritania, this massive circular formation has captured the imagination of Atlantis hunters. Its concentric rings mirror Plato's descriptions of Atlantis' layout. While geological studies point to natural origins, the theory continues to draw interest. Could this be the long-lost city, hidden in plain sight? The Richat structure is one of the most striking natural formations visible from space. Its resemblance to Plato's description of Atlantis, concentric rings of land and water, has led many to believe that the Eye of the Sahara could be the remnants of Atlantis. Researchers have found evidence of ancient habitation in the area, including artifacts, suggesting that humans lived here long ago. The region was once fertile and had access to significant water sources, which aligns with the idea of a thriving civilization. However, mainstream geology asserts that the Richat structure was formed by natural erosion, rather than by human hands. Despite this, the Richat's resemblance to Plato's Atlantis keeps the theory alive. Could it be that this geological wonder was the inspiration for Plato's descriptions? Number 4. The Bimini Road enigma. Discovered in 1968, these underwater formations resemble ancient paving stones. Some believe they're remnants of Atlantis, while skeptics argue they're natural limestone formations. Still, the mystery of Bimini fuels the imagination. Could this be a breadcrumb trail to a larger discovery? The Bimini Road consists of long stretches of stone blocks, each about the size of a table, lying submerged off the coast of Bimini Island in the Bahamas. The stones appear to be arranged in a purposeful manner, leading some researchers to argue that they are the remains of an ancient man-made road or wall. This discovery sparked intense interest because it seemed to fit the timeline of Edgar Cayce's prediction that parts of Atlantis would be discovered in the Bahamas in the 1960s. Skeptics, however, argue that the stones are naturally occurring beach rock, shaped by the tides. The formation's origin remains a subject of debate, but its allure as a possible remnant of a lost civilization continues to draw divers and researchers. Could Bimini be a tantalizing clue to a larger mystery lying beneath the waves? Number 3. Santorini's volcanic legacy. Around 1600 BCE, a massive volcanic eruption devastated the island, wiping out the Minoan civilization. Some historians argue this event inspired the Atlantis story. The island's circular shape and advanced society seem to echo Plato's descriptions. Could Santorini be the Atlantis of myth and legend? The eruption of Thera, as Santorini was known in ancient times, was one of the largest volcanic events in human history. It devastated the Minoan civilization, which was known for its impressive palaces, advanced infrastructure, and thriving trade network. The sudden disappearance of this society may have inspired Plato's tale of a civilization that vanished overnight. Archaeologists have found evidence of advanced construction, including multi-story buildings and sophisticated drainage systems, suggesting a society far ahead of its time. The parallels between the circular remains of Santorini's caldera and Plato's description of Atlantis' concentric rings have fueled speculation. Additionally, frescoes discovered at Akrotiri, a Minoan settlement on the island, depict grand ships and a vibrant society, echoes of a once flourishing culture that may have reached the ears of Plato. Number 2. The MidAtlantic Ridge. Advocates of this theory believe Atlantis once thrived here before a catastrophic event sank it beneath the waves. While intriguing, the depths of the ocean make this theory difficult to explore, leaving us with more questions than answers. The MidAtlantic Ridge is a dramatic underwater feature that runs the length of the Atlantic Ocean, and some believe it's the location of the lost city of Atlantis. Plato described Atlantis as lying beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which many interpret as the Strait of Gibraltar, leading them to place Atlantis somewhere in the Atlantic. The ridge, with its towering peaks and deep valleys, fits the idea of a landmass that might have once existed above sea level before catastrophic geological shifts caused it to sink. Recent advances in sonar mapping have revealed unexpected features along the ridge that resemble ancient structures. However, the vastness of the Atlantic and the depth at which these formations lie make exploration challenging. Could it be that Atlantis lies hidden, waiting to be discovered in the deep ocean? Number 1. Plato's Allegory of Hubris. Many scholars believe Atlantis was never a real place, but a fictional allegory. Through Atlantis, Plato warned of the dangers of arrogance and moral decay. While the tale may be mythical, its message remains timeless, reminding us of the fragility of even the greatest civilizations. Plato's dialogues, Timaeus and Critias, describe Atlantis as a powerful and technologically advanced civilization that fell out of favor with the gods due to its hubris. It is widely believed that Plato intended Atlantis as a cautionary tale, using it as an allegory for the dangers of unchecked power and moral corruption. The story was meant to illustrate how even the most advanced societies are vulnerable to self-destruction if they lose sight of ethical and just behavior. Atlantis, in this interpretation, is not a literal place, but a symbol, a reflection of human pride and its inevitable consequences. This allegorical perspective invites us to look inward, to examine our own societies, and to consider the values we uphold. In the end, whether Atlantis was real or imagined, its story resonates as a reminder of how easily civilizations can rise and fall. From ancient ruins to mythical allegories, the legend of Atlantis continues to captivate us. Whether it's fact or fiction, the search for Atlantis is really a search for understanding our past, and perhaps ourselves. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the top 10 theories about Atlantis. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more incredible mysteries and explorations. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring.